Well, last week, Governor Greg Gianforte signed into law the STARS Act, which makes additional state funding available to Montana school districts. Now, districts need to certify that they can meet the requirements in order to qualify for the funds. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Ambarian shows us what they are required to do.
This week, the Montana Office of Public Instruction is asking school districts across the state to certify that their starting teacher pay is going to meet a minimum threshold so that they can qualify to receive a share of millions of dollars in additional state funding approved by the Montana legislature earlier this year. State Superintendent Susie Hedlund says so far, almost half of the districts in the state have already applied.
As soon as STARS was ready to roll out, we notified our partners in education so that they could see what we were informing districts of. And we've all been communicating to make sure we're sending the same message to the field and not creating any confusion.
The STARS Act, House Bill 252, was one of the biggest school funding bills at the legislature this year. It expands a state incentive to encourage districts to boost pay for beginning teachers. In order to qualify for the incentive, districts will have to provide a base teacher salary of at least $41,000 in 2026, increasing in future years. It also requires new teachers to make at least 62% of the district's average teacher salary.
Most of the districts we've spoken to are working hard to make sure that they can meet the requirement. There have been a few that had greater challenges, whether it was the 62% or just getting up to that base pay and getting everyone to agree to these terms.
To officially apply for the funding, districts have to certify they'll meet the salary requirements. Some districts are already offering pay that fits the rules. Others have had to work with their school boards and teachers' unions to come to an agreement.
I know for our rural schools across Montana, this is likely to be a large increase in teacher pay, and that's why we are very supportive and thankful to the governor and the legislators for investing in public education and our teachers.
OPI needs to receive districts' applications for the teacher incentive funding by the end of the day, Thursday. On their website, you can find more information on the steps that districts will need to follow. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.